What's up, guys? Jerry Keys here. Still got sweat on me. We're actually 3 weeks out from Junior USA's right now, as of today. I just finished doing my cardio session. And guys, I wanted to get on here and actually address a question that I got that really spoke to me earlier this week. As you guys know, we're the hard part of prep. We're the part where, we're quote unquote suffering. We're quote unquote, giving everything that we got. But basically someone had asked me, what made me decide to go on this path? And, I feel like that's a very broad question. I think they were referring to, maybe bodybuilding or maybe, competing or maybe just, being in the fitness industry or things like that. And basically, I just want to kind of start off on how I got started with bodybuilding, why I decided to become a bodybuilder, and then I'll go from there. So basically, guys, growing up, I was always a skinny kid. I was always smaller. I was always, just skinny. And I always had the affinity to want to get bigger. I always wanted to be respected, as a man, as a big man. And, I've always been shorter. I've always been lighter. And, it kind of hurt my confidence growing up because, I played sports and things like that. And long story short, I always felt like I always worked very hard to get to where I wanted to be. In grade school, I was playing football. I always felt like, I always stayed back for extra practice. I went to the gym on my own. I jogged around the neighborhood. I ran routes in the backyard. I'd literally throw the football up in the air and, throw it as far as I could and try to catch it, different things like that, just to try to always get better. And, I was always so focused on that. Every single day, I woke up, with the intention of wanting to get better, wanting to improve myself for sports. Long story short, guys, when I went to try out for the football team my freshman year in high school, I actually got cut because I was too small. They said that I was too small. They said that I couldn't defend myself. They said that, I needed to come back 20 pounds heavier so that I would be able to better defend myself on that football field, guys. That was very devastating to me because I felt like I was genuinely one of the harder workers, trying out for the football team, especially out of the newcomers. And I was hitting decent numbers in the gym. I wasn't the weakest. I definitely wasn't the slowest. I was actually one of the fastest. But, overall, I was just too small, guys. And that, it broke my heart, it really hurt me. And it was the first time in my life that I'd ever, really failed at something that I had actually, put everything I had into it. And long story short, I took that advice from the coaches. I did some research on, getting big. I started taking mass gaining, protein shakes. I started, drinking creatine, different things like that, guys. And I was just so focused on trying to get bigger, trying to get better as an athlete, trying to get stronger in the gym, trying to get faster outside of the gym. And long story short, you guys, I was able to put on that 20 pounds of muscle and I did make the football team. But long story short, that wasn't the end of my struggles, playing football. I was always considered an undersized football player, even when I was one of the strongest people in the whole entire football team. When I was 15 years old, I actually won a powerlifting meet, my very first powerlifting meet. It was like a football powerlifting meet, kind of unsanctioned, but just kind of like, high school versus high school in the region. And I actually won my weight class in all three lifts. It was the power clean, the bench press, and the squat. And I actually won all three of those lifts. And yet I was still considered too small. I was still considered, just undersized. Guys, so I realized that, going through football, growing up throughout the years, I realized that I was always going to be judged for being small. So I kind of just decided, what, maybe football isn't for me, guys, just simply because of, my genetic structure and because people are going to judge me no matter, how fast I am, no matter how strong I am, things like that, no matter how hard I work. You know what I'm saying? So I actually decided to jump into bodybuilding because, that whole entire process I had learned about getting bigger, getting stronger, building muscle, pushing my limits, pushing myself, being self-driven in order to do things, guys. And, bodybuilding actually started off pretty successful for me, guys. I got second place in the teen division of my very first show. I got second call-outs out of 3 or 4 call-outs at the bigger show in Virginia in men's physique that first year in 2015. And then I, kept competing. I kept getting, first through third at every show that I did up until 2017, where I decided to go to nationals. I switched up to classic physique. I got 5th place at a regional show, and I said, you know what, I'm going to give a national show a try, guys. And I got dead last at the Universe in 2017. I was 19 years old, and I remember it, guys. I remember, it was the hardest I'd ever worked. Once again, up until that point, I felt like I gave it my all. I felt like, I put my life on the line, even though I literally didn't. I felt like I did. and I felt like I gave everything I had, which I kind of did at that time, with the knowledge that I had, with the experience that I had, and with, my understanding of hard work at that point. And I got dead last, guys. That was very, very, very devastating to me. So long story short, guys, my motivation for training and bodybuilding temporarily subsided. I kind of went away from bodybuilding to kind of just find myself, to figure out what I wanted to do in life and to see, what really, really made me happy, guys. And about 3 months after that, 3 or 4 months after that, of kind of going to the gym, kind of not going to the gym, kind of dieting, kind of not dieting, I realized, you know what? I'm going to give it one more prep. I'm going to, go for one more show, and I'm going to give it everything that I got to see what happens, guys. And I actually won my first overall about 12 weeks after that at the Virginia Linda Murray in Classic Physique. I won my very first overall. I was 20 years old at the time. And from that point on, I said, you know what? No matter how hard this dream is, no matter how hard it takes, I'm going to just keep coming back, and I'm going to just keep giving it everything that I've got, because, I'm different. I'm different for this sport. I have what it takes. I have the tenacity. I have the drive to figure out what it takes to get to where I want to go. So long story short, I started hitting the national shows. I got 14th at nationals in 2019, or 2018, excuse me. In 2019, I got 9th at the North Americans, and I got 7th at the nationals. Excuse me, I'm kind of still dripping sweat from my cardio and drooling a little bit too, because I'm kind of brain dead. And then after that, guys, I went on to 2020, and I got 4th place at the Junior USA's, guys. And to me, that opened up my eyes. That was like, holy crap, guys, we are right here. We're right on the verge. And then I got 8th place at the Universe shortly after that, guys. And it was very depressing. I felt like we were finally at that point, that breakthrough, and it almost felt like a major setback. But long story short, guys, after the Universe in 2020, which was last year, I did some hard thinking with my coach at the time, and I thought, we need to just do whatever it takes to get this pro card. We are right there. We've proven time and time again, we have all the size. A lot of times, it was that I was too small, but this time around, I just wasn't too small, guys. It wasn't that I wasn't conditioned. It was maybe just some minor tweaks here and there that I could fix. So, I set forth for this season to just honestly be wherever I was the most competitive, but no matter what, I wanted to compete this year. No matter what, I wanted to go for my pro card again this year, whether I went up to bodybuilding, to the next class up, or whether I stayed in Classic Physique. And as this prep, went on, we started this prep around February, I decided that, I'm going to do Classic no matter what. I'm going to get my weight down. I'm going to do what I need to do in order to compete in Classic, because that is where I will be the most competitive, and that's where I have the highest chance of winning a pro card. It doesn't matter if it's going to be hard to make the weight. It doesn't matter if it's going to be hard to keep going or anything like that, guys. So I decided right then and there that no matter what it took, I was going to make that weight. And to be honest with you guys, I'm on track, guys. We are 3 weeks out, and I'm leaner and I'm lighter than I've ever been at 3 weeks out in over 2 years, guys. So I knew that I made the right decision at that moment. I knew that I couldn't give up. I knew that no matter how hard it was, I knew that no matter how difficult it was, I could not give up at that point. I needed to keep going because I was right there. I'm right there now. So guys, I'm at the point where I know that if I continue to give it everything I've got, they can't say that I'm not good enough for, much longer. And it's not, it's not an ego thing. It's not a cocky thing. It's not a personal thing. It's just simply that I'm going to keep coming back, and I'm going to keep coming back better and better and better every single time, because I'm going to keep learning about the sport. And I'm going to keep learning how to push myself. I'm going to keep learning how to drive, how to push, how to get more artistic in this art of bodybuilding, guys. And long story short, guys, I am the most confident, but rightfully so, because I've worked so very hard. I'm the most confident I've ever been. I'm going into a competition, guys. I'm at the point now where I know that if we nail it, if we bring everything that we've already got, if we keep putting in the hard work and we finish this drive, I'm going to become a professional bodybuilder this year. I mean that. I know that. I know that I will be a professional bodybuilder this year in Classic Physique or bodybuilding. I will be a professional bodybuilder this year, guys. I'm claiming it. I know that it's my time. I know that I put in the work, and I know that I've given it everything that I've got. So overall, guys, what made me decide to get into this? Honestly, I just knew that I could push myself to the point where I needed to go. And I knew that I wanted to do this more than anything else, guys. You know, people would always come to me and tell me about how ambitious and determined I am. And to me, I was just like, guys, this is just what it takes. You know, I don't wake up in the morning and say, I'm so determined, I'm so motivated, I'm ready to kill this. I wake up and I say, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is my passion, guys. This is the work that was meant for me. This is my purpose, to be a competitive bodybuilder, to be a competitive bodybuilding coach, to help people achieve their dreams and to motivate people every single day, guys. So overall, I want to say thank you again to that person that asked me that question, guys. I've been reflecting on this for days because it really, 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 really hit me hard and it hit me home. Guys, I love this sport. I love working. I love the progression. I love the grind. I love being told I'm not good enough because that means that I can come back stronger and better. And guys, you can only tell me I'm not good enough for so long. So as long as I can continue to get better, guys, as long as I can continue to work, I'm going to keep working. One of the things that, you know, is really, really near and true to me, guys, is I don't pray for the work to get easier. I don't pray for the struggles to be less. I don't pray for my competition to not be at their best. I don't pray for any of that, guys. I pray for the strength to be able to keep leveling up. I pray for the strength to be able to keep pushing myself to a different level every single chance that I get, guys. That's how bad I want this. And this is why I decided to go on this path. It is my path. It is my purpose. It is what I'm meant to do in this life, guys. I will be a professional bodybuilder this year. Thank you guys very much for watching. You know, good luck to all my fellow competitors, guys. Guys, be healthy. Keep working it. Keep killing your preps. Bring your absolute best because I'm going to be bringing mine. And I look forward to having friendly competition on that stage. I look forward to shaking people's hands and taking pictures and smiling, but I'm also coming to claim what's mine, what I've been working for all these years. Thank you very much, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe. We are 3 weeks out from Junior USA's, and I will claim what's mine. Thank you.